All right. So, mabuhay! Welcome back to the Triple O Podcast, our own opinion. Ang podcast na ito ay para sa mga Pinoy all around the world na may sariling opinion. Welcome to Season 3 ng podcast. I'm your host, Rick, and later we are going to discuss about Filipinos in Hollywood. Now, um, we have my recurring co-host, J to the C, back on the show.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, welcome back. Our listeners are happy to have you back, bro. So, how have you been?
Good. Thank you for having me again. I am glad to be a part of the show.
Hey, so let them know about your YouTube channel.
Yes. So my YouTube channel, youtube.com/J to the C. So we were planning or we were building upon 2020, but as of the moment, we're just putting it on hiatus just because of work stuff plus equipment stuff that I kind of want to bring it to the next level. So you'll hear more of that down the road.
What do you do again in your ano?
Oh, so yeah, my YouTube channel is mostly consisting of live streams of me and some of my friends playing lately Warzone, but basically first person shooter games.
So, ano yun?
So
Ano yung Warzone? Di ba yung Call of Duty ba yun?
yeah, it's Call of Duty Warzone. It's the battle royale portion of Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yep,
All right. Not really aware of what's going on.
you're old. We get
I
it.
am. All right, fine. All right. Hey, I want to talk about, before we get to our main point. Have you heard Jollibee is coming to Vancouver?
Actually,
Finally.
no. So they actually already have 833 Granville here in Vancouver, BC. They already have
Yes.
that. They're already putting in slowly, but due to COVID, it's harder to get things rolling. But they actually had an announcement the beginning of the year, like January 4th, that they're planning a second one by the end of this year
So sorry.
in Surrey, BC. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I heard that too.
it's
But
gonna
you
be
know
at
what?
Strawberry Hill.
That's right. Strawberry Hill. So for our Vancouverites, as you know, we've been waiting for Jollibee here sa Vancouver.
Oh, and explain to them why.
Kasi ba naman, man, like 2018, back in 2017, I heard Jollibee is coming to Vancouver.
Okay, but why is it that in Vancouver?
Huh?
Everywhere else in Canada, they already have one.
Yeah, I know.
Even in Seattle, they have one. That's the only place where Vancouverites go. Seattle, 4 hour drive.
Nauna pa yung sa Manitoba, and I'm like, guys, man, like,
Dude, dalawa doon.
I know, and we're waiting here. Like,
Diba?
I, I, I if I could only, afford to
Be an investor.
franchise, yeah, like to franchise my
No, but
own.
what I think it is, it's yung mga red tape, like BC Health
Yeah,
and all
I,
that kind of thing. Kasi
I
medyo
heard,
stricto dito eh.
yeah, yung nung simula,
Yeah.
there was a lot of red tapes that they have to go through, and
Yeah. And then like imagine too like Walmart. Bago lang yan.
yeah,
Diba? Like things that are like outside of like Canada,
yeah,
they don't like
there's a
to
lot.
bring it into BC.
Yeah, there's a lot ng Walmart products they're not allowed to bring here sa Canada, right?
Oh,
That's
so when I
why.
say BC, I meant like it's kind of like Washington, like state of Washington. It's the province of BC.
Mhm. And then at the same time, nung na-approve sila, they were supposed to go first sa may Richmond, um
Yes, originally they wanted to be in Richmond, number 3 road.
number 3 road ba, or doon sa may yung ano yun, yung outlet?
Oh, by the no airport.
Yeah, by the airport. That's what I heard. Yun ang ano nila. But then I
So ang
guess
problema yun, they didn't go with the food court portion. So they didn't want to open up a stand just for the airport.
I see. But
Mm.
anyways, I guess by the time na they got approved, it was the issue of location naman, right?
Mahirap.
Mahirap. So from 2018, 2019, and then 2020 hit because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 3 years waiting, or
Aga?
maybe even longer.
No, I
So
mean, I remember the rumblings were starting to happen in 2016, and
yeah,
then they
I know.
decided to postpone.
Yeah,
They
they
wanted to
did
do,
postpone ng early because I
yeah,
remember I
because
even
they want,
posted. Yeah, I posted a lot of information sa Facebook noon,
yeah.
and
Sorry for those who are watching on video or seeing us our face. My light is like I can't control because the sun. It's piercing through my window. So that's why like it's extra shiny now. Maybe later it'll go down. So yeah.
Yeah, mataas ang araw ngayon.
Nga
Hey,
eh.
we're happy we have sunshine in
Ay nako, ano
Vancouver.
ka? Ayoko nga eh. Gusto ko nga laging
What? Ano mo?
gloomy.
Ah,
It's gonna be chance of flurries, bro.
fine, whatever. Okay, let's continue on.
So what's our topic again? I'm sorry. I
Filipinos in
now.
Hollywood.
Oh
Pero,
yes.
talking about Filipinos in Hollywood, kasi, you know how Jollibee is becoming well known na much more than before. They even have one in, Manhattan, like in the middle of Times Square.
Yeah, it's in a lot of good like spots
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
I hear other um Americans or any other na
Exploring.
lahi. Yeah, they're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Ay, you know what? I heard about Jollibee, blah 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 blah." It's like, what's so great about Jollibee? Filipinos are all into it. And then some of them actually tried it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, man, Chicken Joy, it's like the best." And others are like the peach
The
mango pie. And so
spaghetti.
a lot of them are 50-50 sana sa
Because
spaghetti.
it's like, oh, why is it sweet?
Yeah,
And
they
I'm
have
like,
why is
bro,
it
that's the
sweet?
only way.
It's Filipino. That's the Filipino way, the sweet
Exactly.
spaghetti. So anyway, so let's dun naman sa um why Filipinos in Hollywood is not too much of a mainstream thing, you know.
Yes, yes.
So so that's the main question. Bro, you wanna rephrase my question there?
So the question is, how is there, why is there such little exposure to Filipinos in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Like, you
Or
know,
Filipino, not just like Filipino itself,
Filipino, but like Filipino roles, Filipino, like yeah, actually Philippines, like using
Philippines, yeah.
them as like
The
stage. Yeah.
yeah. So um one of my thoughts on that is that it has got to do with um the country itself
Yes.
na kasi hindi masyadong kilala ang Philippines right now. Compare mo nung 1960s, 70s, we were such a big deal that, people would come from America and vacation in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And so there were a lot of back in the day they'll be shooting movies here, like World War II movies, right?
Yes.
Because they had, we had a
In the
good
Pacific Theater. Yeah.
yeah.
There's a long
So
history on that. Yeah.
that's right. And we had a long history with them too. So they were shooting lots of film here. We were very well known back then. That's why yung Baguio was the summer capital of vacation of the Philippines back then. Kasi for the you know
Because then it wasn't exactly summer, where
mm,
summer Philippines, where it's 40 degrees and you're
yeah,
sweating even inside. It's 27. It's great. The
yeah.
breeze hits you and it's just, it's great.
So when our country basically declined during the 80s and the 90s, so
Yeah.
did our popularity sa mainstream media in Hollywood
And I think a
in
lot of it has to
general.
do with like just the tourism, in
Mm,
terms of like overpopulating, oversaturating it, where it's no longer the natural beauty, which a lot of the like film location people are looking for when it comes to their film. Is like, okay, like how natural is it, where
yeah,
you don't have neon signs everywhere, unless that's what they're looking for. But yeah,
that's right. Yeah, yeah. How about you, bro? What's your take on?
I mean, for me, I think it's the just the access. It's hard to, you know, find the right location, find the right like infrastructure that you would need to make it work, unless it's like really set specific, like, okay, we're gonna put it here because we need a tropical island. Well, why would you do it there if you can do it somewhere else where it's a, yes, it's more
Mas
remote, but
cheaper.
then cheaper, that kind of thing, right?
Mm,
So, and then I think as well too, like there's just not that many dexterity, or what's the word I'm looking for, like flexibility when it comes to like, okay, I want a rainy forest shoot. Well, you're not going to do it there. You know, this
yeah,
is why like specifically like BC, where it's like, yes, this is a great place to film because there's a
we have a
great
mix.
infrastructure, there's
Yeah.
lots of production companies here, and you want the beach side, no problem, we have you there. You want the forestry mountainside, no problem. We got you there.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. You want the urban life, like the urban shots? No
Yeah.
problem. We got you there, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's hard for like, especially because if you think about it, a lot of the urban setting, our Filipino urban setting is from aesthetics wise is not the same compared to
Yeah. Yeah. At saka
like
ano kasi parang napag-iwanan na tayo ng panahon.
oh yeah. Kasi
Right.
mahirap na mag-upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, tingin mo
And
dito like maraming mga bago na mga bahay na mga ano, like the
yeah.
whole block is new. While
Yeah.
in the Philippines, like oh, lahat mga semento, lahat mga different design,
Yeah.
'di ba?
You
Tapos
know.
meron diyang ano squatter zone. So paano mo ano
Yeah,
yun?
like yung area mo is not really structured
Mhm.
for filming. So mahirap nga naman. And
Mhm.
another thing is yung sa mga actors naman to get roles, they all have a hard time. Kinento ko sa'yo kanina, di ba, yung guy sa, I forgot his name, dun sa Fast and the Furious. You know what? Hold on, let me just check.
Oh yes, okay. So the bad guy's psychic.
Yeah.
He was actually Filipino.
Okay, so we're back, guys. Um, like we were saying, there's this guy sa The Fast and the Furious 2001 movie. His actor name, or ano ba tawag dun, bro?
So the
Stage.
guy, hold on. So the guy driving S2000 in the first movie,
Mm-hmm.
right, has his friend called Lance Nguyen.
That's
Okay,
yan. Yeah.
and the actor's name is Reggie Lee.
Reggie Lee.
That's his professional name.
Yeah,
Now
stage
his real
name.
name is Reggie Telmo Valdez,
Valdez.
Filipino American.
Yeah. Ano yun, laking ano yun eh, laking ton
It's
ng ano,
QC, bro.
QC. He
QC,
was
like.
born, pero I think ano,
Oh, was he actually?
no, he said something to sa isang, ano tawag nito, documentary I saw.
Mm.
So, he was saying na, um, originally, ang ano niya, Reggie Valdez. But then he was having a hard time getting roles because,
I've heard of this. Yes.
yeah, he looked like Chinese, like a very,
Because if you see his portfolio without the picture, just like
yeah.
his resume, it's like okay, I'm seeing
Yeah,
a
so the last name is Valdez,
Hispanic,
like Reggie Valdez. So they're thinking he's
Hispanic.
Hispanic, but when they see him, he looks Chinese. So
Mm,
for these people in Hollywood, they seem to not take on uh yung role na it doesn't go with what they're seeing.
mhm.
So they get confused with him, and so then he changed his last
Stage
name.
name,
He's
stage name.
he's changed his last name into Lee as a stage name, and then that's when he started to get more roles. And as you
Hmm.
can see, in many ways, it's also the fault of Hollywood's ignorance when it comes to um, hiring actors, because they don't know who's who and what's what when it comes to
Hmm.
to
And I think it's also hard to like like okay, yes, there's now portfolios and like headshots and everything, but it's hard to like oh wait, have you heard of this guy named Valdez? I'm like what
yeah.
what I have an Asian movie. No, but he's Filipino. It's like, oh, well, I don't know, like, right?
Mm.
So, yes, there's that whole stigma of because of a lot of our names are Hispanic origin, right? Even Etarosa actually is, it's what do you call it? Spanish.
Latin, yeah, it's
Yeah, it's a Latin last
Latin.
name.
Mhm.
So to to kind of diversify himself and like kind of put himself in a role or put himself in a position to get the roles that would fit his profile, he
That's
changed
right.
his name to fit that profile.
That's right.
And honestly, that's actually smart on him. But it's just sad how that had to happen for him to get the roles that fit him.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and we know marami namang Filipino in the early days ng ano natin, like you got Lou Diamond Phillips,
Yes.
right? You got Rob Schneider. I mean, they all have like I would say Western last names, but then um
They're
they
portrayed differently.
yeah,
Like
they portray different um character backgrounds. Even now, right? Like you said, sino yung guy dun sa Crazy Asian whatever?
if you guys remember from the movie Crazy Rich Asian, it's the flamboyantly gay designer who helped the main actress, flash herself up with nicer clothing and stuff. And his
So
name is actually Nico Santos, but his character is of Singaporean descent.
yeah,
So it doesn't like kind of sucks that it's like okay,
yeah. Instead of
most of the people who would know him, oh, like, oh wait, you're Singaporean. Like, no, I'm actually Filipino. So
yeah, maganda sana if he portrayed more of the Filipino than
mm-hmm.
the typical Asian that the Westerners know,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's what we're trying to convey naman, and hopefully whoever is listening can you know see what we're trying to get at. And at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, it's not all bad because ano ba there are many Filipino and half Filipinos that are portraying us in a good light,
Yes.
especially Apple the app and Manny Pacquiao, right?
Yes. They're bringing
And
on the Filipino in the main in the
yeah,
international
yeah, bring
stage.
on, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Bring on the Filipino name in the main stage.
Mm-hmm.
And in many ways I like we like that, but at the same time, like I said, meron din yung negative portrayal sa atin when it comes to Filipino, what they know about us, yung ano bang word doon, yung atypical
Like the
Filipino,
stereotype.
yeah, the stereotype, there you go, yung
Mm-hmm.
stereotype ng mga Filipino. So there's that show, yung two waitress, bro, do you know that show?
Um.
And then they were saying dun sa show, Kat Dennings was saying that, oh, something something na I have to get out of here before people start chatting away on their laptops.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi most of the or saying something about Filipinos before they start chatting on their laptops, it's because yung mga Pinoy
Because
in
they're what do you call
cafe, yeah, right? Excuse me. Nasa cafe sila with on their internet talking to their family sa Philippines. And it's
mm-hmm.
kind of like a negative portrayal na parang, is that really so bad that you have to portray it in that sense?
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be a joke. I get it. Pero there was an outcry sa Philippines about it.
There's a backlash. Yeah. No, it makes
Backlash.
sense.
Mm. And I get it. There's a joke part, and there's also like a negative thing, because there's a lot of people who doesn't understand or know what's going on with Filipino community. Na kung saan that kind of portrayal is negative. And at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, dun sa Jarhead,
Oh,
dun sa Jarhead, they were, like they were looking at something, and then they were looking for Pinay.
nurses.
No, Pinoy
Nope.
bride. Ano ba yan? Mail,
Mail-in
mail-in
bride.
bride. They were talking about
Mm-hmm.
mail-in bride. It's like, and then you can say, so Pinoy, Filipino, mail-in bride, and that's like,
Yeah.
that's kind of like a negative connotation, though it's
Well, if you
true.
look at the like 90 Day Fiance, like that really highlights like, oh my goodness,
Man, that is a bad show.
they
It
portray us so bad.
it doesn't
Like
matter which country you are from, and they portray people as bad people.
it's even worse than the other ones. I was just
Mm,
like especially if you know like No Neck Ed. Okay, that's like the biggest me of like that
that
show. No
sucks.
Neck Ed. I was just like,
Mm,
this guy's coming into our country and like this girl's basically gold tripping or like gold digging the hell out of him.
yeah,
And I was like, I was just like, oh, please don't look at us like that. We're not
yeah, I
like
know.
that.
I know. In many ways din kasi it's kasalanan din ng iba eh. That's why we have such a
No, nga.
negative connotation. So I know. When you guys are out there, showing yourselves in media, portray Filipinos in a good manner naman. Because they know, like, a lot of people know. When you watch a lot of comedy shows,
Mm-hmm.
comedians know Filipinos are very nice.
Yeah.
Filipinos are hardworking. They know that.
Mm-hmm.
They, si Cat Williams, dun sa isa niyang show sa Netflix, sabi niya, where are my Filipinos at?
Mm.
And there's only like, oh, it's good. Like there's only 8 of you, and you get separated to make it look like, make it sound like there's a lot of you. But there's only like 8 of them, and like he gets it. Like it's funny, and at the same time, see Dave Chappelle. He
Dave
married a
Chappelle.
Filipina, right?
Yeah.
So
What's up?
it's pretty cool. I mean, she's basically American now, pero with a Filipino background and with a
Yes.
very Filipino traditional um uh, upbringing. It's
Hmm.
good for her and him na meron silang kind of like there's that culture that they understand about the Filipinos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And going back to like a good portrayal, Apple D app, like I
No,
said,
bro, wait. How
sino pa?
about
Yeah.
Spider-Man's best friend? Tom Holland's best friend.
Oh yeah, see what's his name?
I totally forgot his name.
Yeah, yung si best friend niya. Pero isn't he Hawaiian too at the same time? Well, I guess when you're coming from Hawaii, you're basically a mix of Filipino, Samoan,
Jacob Batalon.
Batalon,
Hmm.
and also Japanese, I would say, right?
Well, okay, so he was born in Hawaii, but his parents,
Or
uh,
Filipino.
yes, are Filipino. Like
Mm.
it's that whole program back in the 70s,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
the 60s, where like there was a shortage of nurses, and so they brought in, because in Philippines had a lot of base like naval bases, and
Yeah.
then they would hire the locals as nurses, so they're all standardized in U.S. healthcare system.
Yeah.
So it was easy for them. That's why there's a major influx of Filipinos in hospitals because
Hey,
of
I
that.
want to talk about that next time, bro. Why
That's a
are
good one.
there a lot of Filipino nurses in the states?
Hmm. But
Yep.
that's if you notice a lot of the Filipino American or the half Filipinos
Yeah.
who grew up or that are in film and stuff. There's a really good coincidence that their parents were a nurse,
Mm.
and
All
that's
right.
why.
Just just for a short break, bro. I know. Guys, if you find this topic very interesting, don't forget to leave us a review and join the
Yes.
conversation on our Twitter and on our Facebook accounts. And check
Yeah.
us out
Ask us
also
questions.
on
We'd love to
Instagram.
answer them.
That's right. All right. Okay, so let's get back. Sino pa ba ang mga sikat na Pinoy na nagre-represent sa atin? You know what though? Haley Steinfeld, whatever. She is proud that she is like half
Yes.
or part Filipino. A few times
Yes.
she's already been in the Philippines, she said, and she is, she's been saying a lot of good things about the Philippines.
Absolutely. And actually, for people that are a lot older than the current generation, Mark Dacascos
Yes,
from Iron Chef.
Iron Chef.
Recently he was in John Wick 3, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Let's see who else we have here. Oh, Dante Bosco. If you guys
Saan
all
siya?
remember from Robin Williams' Peter Pan movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dante Basco.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah,
I
that
love that
yeah.
guy.
You know what?
He
I watched a
was
movie that no, they did with Filipino actors. They shot it in the States.
yeah,
Yung
he was a cop and then he was trying to solve a murder. And
no, there's
which
this
one is that?
the debut. Okay, you should okay, sa mga Pinoy dyan, ano, I guess Filipino in America, they would know the movie the debut. It's there's this girl who's having her debut, whatever, ano ba, 16 or 7, 18, whichever,
Sweet
and
16.
then yeah, and then he's one of the guys to ano.
Oh.
You research, you check.
Oh, I just looked it up. Wow,
It's a good story. And then
Dante
andyan
looked
si
real early. 2000, bro.
yeah, yung Filipino actor, go check yung
Eddie
Filipino.
Garcia.
Eddie Garcia, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And
was
Tirso
there.
Cruz.
Tirso
Yeah.
Cruz the third, yeah. They all went there and they shot it with him. So it was pretty cool. Like, you got
Hmm.
local Filipino actors doing some international work.
Absolutely.
Oh, talk about
Absolutely.
local actors. One of the biggest ones that are representing us is Leia Salonga with
Little Saigon in
yeah,
Broadway.
Miss
Oh,
Saigon,
I miss Saigon. Yeah, sorry.
right? So that was big. Even Cherise Pengpenko back in her when she was still a girl.
Mm-hmm. When her name was.
Yeah, when her name was still Cherise Pengpenko. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still talking about that person, but that that era of Cherise basically
Mm-hmm.
when she was representing. Oh, even what's his name? The guy's Journey.
Yeah, she was in Journey too.
No, no,
Oh
no,
no,
no. The
Arnel
guy.
Pineda.
I don't know Pineda. Yeah,
Well, we're sticking mostly to acting people.
yeah. But I'm saying like these guys are also in the music. Like I said, mainstream media. So basically being in Journey is a mainstream media kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So Leia Salonga sa Disney, Beauty and the Beast. Tama ba? No, wait.
No, she was
Aladdin.
in Aladdin.
Aladdin.
She was the
Jasmine's sound music
sound
voice.
music. No, she sang A Whole New World.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, wrong. Sound music.
Terrible.
You're terrible.
How about Tia Carrere?
Tia Carrera.
No, it's
Is it
Carrere.
Carrera? Isn't she porn star or something?
No, she was okay. Gosh, okay. Wayne's World.
I'm thinking of somebody else.
My goodness, you're thinking something real naughty there.
Yeah. Anyways, it's still, porn, mainstream. All right, there you go. Filipino right there. Bam, bam, bam. Chaka, chaka, chaka. Ooh. Ah.
Hold on. I'm trying to.
What else you got, bro?
Hold on. I'm trying to look at her. Like, oh my goodness, where is it?
I know
I
Wayne's
remember
World.
from somewhere, like somewhere more familiar.
There's a lot, man.
Anyways, yeah, Rob Schneider,
Oh, yeah,
Nicole
Rob Schneider, yeah.
Scherzinger.
Nicole, you know what, though? I've never heard her say anything about the Philippines, though. I don't think she's...
Okay, Vanessa Hudgens.
Vanessa Hudgens is...
Mm.
she knows she's Filipina, and she
Mhm.
does say a lot of things about the Philippines too. But then
How about from the wrestling world, Dave Bautista? That's Filipino.
oh, yeah. You know what though? Okay, so we've been talking about Filipino, half Filipinos and mainstream Filipinos. How about
Mhm.
us being, like Filipino
Like
being talked about?
born.
No,
Oh,
no.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yung parang pinag-uusapan yung, they're talking about the Philippines in a good way or
Mm-hmm.
or being portrayed. Okay, how about this? Dun sa movie na Godzilla, right? We were
Oh.
shown Manila was shown there as
Mm-hmm.
when Godzilla basically trampled us.
Bro, what about sorry? How about Filipino characters in
Ooh,
shows? Um, House MD, the last season,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead,
he
go
is
ahead.
a Filipino doctor.
That's right.
Yeah,
So yeah,
portrayed
that's
by Charlene Yee.
yeah. So that was, I think, it's better to diba? And
Mm-hmm.
then there's also yung something to do with with bibingka. Ooh, even yung sa movie ni Rob Schneider, I forgot now which movie it was. And then the dad, he came over to his dad, and then it was Rob Schneider's character's birthday, and the dad gave him bibingka cake. So I was like, hey,
Bibingka's
look,
good,
yeah, it's like bibingka. It's like,
especially when it's hot.
whew.
No, I'm saying like bibingka when it's hot, it's good.
Oh yeah. So it was cool na they showed yung bibingka. So that was one of those things. And ano pa ba? It's like,
Bro, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Ano pa?
I was gonna say like Filipinos bringing us international stage. How about Pia Wurschbach? The
Ooh.
I read it wrong.
Pia, what's back? What's her
Mm.
back? Pia, what's her back? It's what it's easier to say. Kasi yeah, like I think in many ways we are a very yung sa ano nito sa mga beauty queens, we are like we
More,
export beauty queens.
yeah, left and right.
Yeah.
Granted, like you know, I would love it for it to be they're pure. I want to say, okay, no, not pure.
100%
Full.
Pinoy.
Yes.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see who else is in a.
And I think it's also that also stems to us Filipinos. Yung parang we see yung halfers higher than us regular.
I know it's weird, right? Where it's like,
Yeah,
oh my god, your I know your tatay is puti. Oh my
yeah.
god.
Pero kasi if you think about it, like what's her name? Sino ba yung dating hindi porn star pero parang bold star noon sa Pinas na she's dark.
No idea. No idea.
I'm just saying, like she was super hot looking. Who cares about her bold status thing? Why are they not portrayed in a much more better way than just being a bold star noon, right? Like even okay, even our local Pinoy, shut up. Like they're beautiful na, 'di ba? So why are
Yes.
they not in, like much more in a much better highlight pagdating sa I guess sa media in all sense and show, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, that specific example is kind of like,
I kind of like went sideways there. It's too strong.
um, in music, Bruno Mars,
Bruno, yes, Bruno Mars.
right? In comedy lately, or at least a little bit earlier, Jokoy.
Jokoy. Man, Jokoy basically reintroduced Filipinos to a lot of
Mm-hmm.
yeah, to a lot of Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Ang tawag nito, uh, if you go sa YouTube, you go watch people reacting to Jokoy stuff, and you you would hear like different nationalities checking out yung kanyang Asian accent. That
Yeah.
was pretty funny, man.
No, he has no. He blew up on YouTube before he actually blew up on Netflix and all that. Actually.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it's good because now, like, they know Filipinos much more now. Like, they have more
Yeah.
understanding when he's telling his stories about his
Actually,
nanay,
going.
right?
Yeah, exactly. His nanay. Actually, one of so we were talking about Nico Santos in the beginning with Crazy Rich Asians. He's in a new show,
Oh yeah,
Superstore,
Superstore.
and there was a whole like line, two lines of Tagalog
This
mainstream comedy. I was just like, I'm sorry, wait, my
yeah,
brain
the
isn't
line was
working.
so funny because si Nico Santos is an employee, and then he got mad to this other employee
The supervisor,
or supervisor. He's like,
yeah,
at
like
first nag-i-English siya, and then
yeah.
eventually nag-Tagalog siya. It's like sabi niya, "Hey, sir, ano yun?
Alam ko ikaw
Siya,
ang ano.
oh, alam ko ikaw ang nagnakaw ng pagkain ko or something like that." And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, holy shit, nag-Tagalog siya.
No, and the white guy even spoke
And then the white
Tagalog.
guy stood up like, "Hoy, gago!
Mm,
Naiintindihan ko yun." Sabi niya gano'n. And everybody
exactly,
just got like shocked, like, what the fuck? He spoke Tagalog. It was pretty funny.
exactly.
It was pretty good. And I think,
I'm trying to look at the line right now. Sorry, go ahead.
I think we need more of that at least in Hollywood to make it more mainstream. And talk about mainstream, and we're talking about that kind of stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
even um sa music industry, noon yung Rumble in Manila. I think Ludacris had a line like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In one of his
I mean, one of the earlier in this, at least in like from 70s to 90s, was the Thriller in Manila.
yeah, the Yo Plat Thriller in Manila.
Yeah,
So he
with
had that.
Muhammad Ali,
Yeah,
right?
so he had that sa kanyang lyrics do sa kanyang rap. So it's like pretty cool. Like he kind of like give a shout out to the Filipinos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, nowadays sa Hollywood, at least they're showing, they shot yung movie ng Born Legacy sa Manila.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. And then yung movie ni Vin Diesel, Triple X Return of Sander
Return of
Cage.
Xander Cage. Yes.
Xander Cage.
Mm.
So nag-shoot sila sa Kamorawan, yeah, islands.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that.
yeah, and then yung movie, yung isang TV show na yung gawa sa Spain. It was such a big deal. Yung heist,
Oh,
money heist.
uh, yeah, but what's the
So at the end ng show, they went to Palawan.
La
Spoiler
Casa
alert.
de Papel? Yeah, they went to Palawan,
Yeah.
but so I remember this. This is like back in 2019. You know when they introduce a new character and all the characters, they all know them by city names.
Yeah.
What the writers decided to do was, because there was such a big fan base in Manila, that they named their next characters like codename Manila. I was just like, let's
Yeah.
go.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, simple nod like that. It's great. And
Mm-hmm.
and nowadays it's much more now because I think with all this YouTuber yung travel YouTubers, and they come over to the Philippines and they keep saying, "Oh, how great the Philippines is," you know, how friendly the people
Oh,
are.
okay, wait, sorry. I got the, I don't
All right, go ahead.
know. Sorry. So Nico's like, tarantado ka talaga.
Yeah.
And then the white guy is like, nanik ko rin, gago.
Narinig ko yan, gago, sabi
Yeah.
ng puti.
Yeah, and then Nico's like, kapal ng mukha mo. Alam ko ikaw ang kumuha ng gamit ko. Tumigil ka nga. I was like,
That was pretty funny. You guys should check it sa YouTube, research Superstore.
yeah, Superstore Nico Santos.
Yeah, and if you have Netflix, and I know sa Philippines hindi pa eh. I was asking other Filipino ng mga
Mm.
friends ko doon, they're like, bro, wala dito, hindi ko makita sa Netflix yung Superstore.
It's terrible.
Like, all right, fine. I guess I'll just have to wait.
But they have Attack on Titan. We don't. So,
well, that's why we're good
anyways,
at
sidetracked.
anyway, so continuing on movies, the last one is the biggest one is Avengers Endgame. No,
Yes.
Infinity War.
So, Philippines being exposed in film, that's their topic that we're kind of like brazing on, is Avengers Infinity War, the ending, when when Thanos left the
One.
battlefield and flicked, he teleported to the Panau or the rice terrace.
Yeah, the Banawe Rice Terraces.
The Banawe rice terrace.
Yeah, but they're portraying it as a different world. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was nice.
But just to see it, like, even if it's not, I mean, they took original photos or original like scenic view, but then it's like still digitized, but it was still great. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I know that.
I know. I see him here. I was like, I know that. But then I wasn't sure if it was just enough. But then because I also researched and they did say that it was shot. They shot some
Banawe.
in the Philippines, and they used that footage, that specific footage for that scene. So there were many different shots though, pero for that one they used that for that one. So I guess
for our viewers, our listeners, let us know what you guys remember when Philippines was exposed, or just Philippine in general. Could be specific scenes, could be specific roles,
movies
or
that
it could
you
be
that you heard anything about, Filipino.
You watch it like, oh my god, it's Philippines.
Yeah,
it'd be really great.
Reference
we'll
Filipino.
probably do like, we'll have a Twitter discussion and everything. So
Filipino reference basically on any show, TV show, movies, or even lyrics sa mga music, or even
mainstream.
Even like I said, like yung that TV show, ano ulit yung sa Spanish?
La Casa de Papel.
Yeah, La Casa de Papel. So that's already international for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy that we're being portrayed in it, much more now than before, and in many ways the good parts of the Philippines, right? Not the negative ones. Anything to add?
And so by the way, if you guys haven't already know, we have a little bit of a side. We have a different channel talking about. It's called Psycho Pop. It's about sci-fi, pop culture, basically everything nerdy that you can think of.
Star Wars.
And this connects the two because there's a new Filipino superhero called Wave coming, or it came in March 2019 in Marvel Comics. Bro, did you know about this?
It's my first time hearing.
Wave.
I'm so excited just hearing it. Anyways,
right?
Okay.
It's created by film comic book writer and artist Wiles Portacio.
Oh, you know what? Talk about Wiles Portacio, dude. Okay, when it comes to Will Sportacio, I know his he created um Wetworks. In
Oh, no way.
Wetworks, there's that guy na merong arnis,
Image. This is Image Comics first.
Image Comics. And then he created the Filipino one, Stone.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Stone, and then I guess now Wave. Man, thank you, Will Sportacio, for um tawag nito, for uh giving highlight to Filipino, I would say, Filipino in general, in the comic industry.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's
There you go.
that's
Another
pretty good.
mainstream media, right? Comic book, Marvel,
Sick.
Image, right?
Sick.
That's good, man. That's good.
Oh, okay. Wait. Here's a little bit history of
Okay,
this
okay,
comic book
okay.
character. Sorry.
All
Sorry.
right, go ahead, go ahead.
Just
I'm excited. I want to solve
yeah,
this.
her name is Pearl Pangan. Okay, she was born on Mactan Island in Cebu, and her powers are hydrokinesis. So she manipulates waves.
Nice. That's
Pretty
cool,
cool.
man.
She's like in the same kind of like lore as like, or the same world as Aquaman. Yes. No, not Aquaman.
Is she in Marvel ba? Sabi mo?
She's Marvel. So she is with who is the hell's Agents of Atlas?
Agents of Atlas?
Yeah, she's an agent of Atlas.
I see. Okay. Don't
Yeah.
worry, she'll be in
Guys,
Avengers.
guys, if you guys want to know more and want to hear us talk about her, it'll be on our other channel,
YouTube channel, Psychopop. Check us out. We've started something, and we're still getting our gears up to date. So give us some time. I know it's pretty slow. We have a lot of things going on.
We have
J
a
to the
lot of
C,
scheduled stuff.
J to the
So
C. He's got his own show, his gaming show.
yeah, it's a little
Um,
bit of hiatus, but it's gonna be there for
yeah.
sure.
We got this podcast going on. I got my kids YouTube channel going on. You should check them out too. Sa mga ano natin, mga listeners and viewers. Tabagochi and Tabachinching vlog. Those are my kids. They're cute.
It's so cute.
They'll teach you how to cook French fries. Ano pa ba
Go
yun?
wait from the
Pancake.
start. From the start,
So,
bro.
and
Like,
Tagalog. They also teach you Tagalog and French. So, for those listeners
mm,
with kids, you guys should check it out. Maybe you could learn Tagalog and French from my kids. And then, yeah, and their psychopop, sa science fiction, comic book, Star Wars and Marvel, and any other pop culture references will be on that channel. Okay, I guess that's it for today.
that wraps it up.
Yeah, I hope you guys like the topic and learn from it. In the next episode, ano pa ba sa next episode ko? Well, we have a lot. Mostly, it's like I said, it'll be on Filipino dysphoria. Dysphoria is for Filipinos being dispersed all around the world, and their
Yes. Yes.
issues and yung kanilang struggles, and still trying to survive in a different land other than the Philippines. So don't forget to subscribe and wherever you get your podcast, and give us a review, give us a like if you have not. And before we go, let's go over a little bit of what we learned today, bro.
What we learned today. Well, we discussed about just the very few roles and very few exposure of just the Filipino culture, the Filipino people itself. We talked about we praised basically the people that have held the torch, being Filipino Americans and keeping up with like just representing us in the mainstream in Hollywood. And we talked about specific scenes that we know of
That's right.
that highlights Philippines, which was great. And yeah, more mabuhay to Philippines.
More power sa Pinoy.
Yeah.
And all right. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to check our website, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel for more content.
Don't forget to hit that like button.
For us watching on
And if you
YouTube,
want to hear more, if you want to watch more, sub to the channel.
Yeah.
Give us, write down a little comment saying, "Hey, John, you look real good today." That kind of thing.
Yeah. Anyways, bro, thank you for being my co-host again here
No,
today.
absolutely.
And it's
Glad to be
great to
here.
have your opinion on this specific topic. So, how about you plug in where our listeners can follow you?
Oh yes, you can follow me. Just Google search JTODC, and that acronym is a meaning for J to the C is John to the Carl.
All right.
And yeah, follow me on my Instagram too. It's JTODC. You'll know when I will be live streaming. And yeah, see you guys there as well.
All right.
Thanks so much.
You guys are great. That's it, Pansit. Paalam.
Paalam.